Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 40 until I am a YouTube millionaire. Today I wanted to discuss some global events, some global undertones within the let's say the undertones of the Western Hemisphere, right? Basically, of a unification of all the various countries and regions of this hemisphere. North America, so United States, Canada, Mexico, Greenland, Iceland perhaps eventually, etc. Now, the ironic thing about this was that this was the original intent of the quote-unquote New World Order, right? But the end state for what they were trying to do was a global depopulation and turning us all into drones, essentially, where a group of plutocrats basically controlled the levers of the world entirely, where people like you and me, the small guys, had no say in any of the matters of what was going to happen. Yet, here we are, with this global elite, the New World Order, what have you, essentially on their last ropes, having been nearly entirely defeated at this point. And we find ourselves still doing this. I was never opposed to a unification of the human race. I was opposed to the auspices under which it was originally going to be done. Those New World Order auspices. And I think that's true with pretty much all of the conspiracy theorists out there, quote unquote. We didn't trust the entities that were in charge. And if it turns out that instead you have patriots that are in charge and they prove it again and again with their actions that they are in fact patriots and they are in fact on your side, then you can make it work. And if it's Jesus that's at the helm, then it will work. I had said also in a previous one of these videos in this series that it's something similar to Robert Heinlein's Starship Troopers, perhaps where we're going to go. Except in his story, I'm reading it right now, the Western civilizations in around the United States, right, collapsed. They didn't unify. There wasn't stability. They collapsed sometime around the mid-2000s, or mid-21st century, mid-22nd century, somewhere around there. We're not collapsing. Or if we are, it is a gentle collapse. It is a comfortable, easygoing collapse where people aren't going to be hurt. It's a collapse that we may not even notice because ultimately central governments of countries that rely on fiat currencies on average last between 250 and 300 years. Our currency, our economic unit of transaction, is changing. The United States dollar, while still powerful and still globally used, is very clearly at its end. We're not going to have an Amero or anything like that under the auspices of a New World Order. We're not going to have a Mark of the Beast, which would be under the auspices of an Antichrist. Instead, I think we've pierced the source code of whatever prison we've been put in by uber-intelligent, evil entities behind the scenes to figure out that we can have a currency, an economic unit of transaction that does not have to control us and that can unify us all. Bitcoin, of course. I also said this in some other previous videos a long time ago, probably about 2 years ago, and I stand by it, that cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, but the entire SHA-256 algorithm, whatever cryptocurrencies in general, are a currency that will allow us to go interstellar and transact between planets. Because as it currently stands, a block in the Bitcoin blockchain takes approximately 10 minutes to mine by all the miners, right? The mining machines. And lo and behold, Mars, our closest planetary neighbor aside from Venus, is between 15 and 40 minutes away when it comes to the speed of light travel, which is how fast internet telecommunications would be able to be transferred between the planets. It works. It's a pretty quick update. You can make it work. And then, of course, you would have an Earth currency and a Mars currency, and the general transactionary currency, right? The one that you use as the Western Union type of transaction, right? Would be Bitcoin. It's the main thoroughfare, or something to that effect. Cryptocurrencies allow for interstellar commerce, or this is actually interplanetary. Interstellar is between solar systems. I apologize. That was a misspeak on my part. So, Starship Troopers might actually be in our future here. Who knows? Point being is, we will own stuff and we'll be happy. We will be creators, builders, and enjoyers of those creations. And we will not be under the thumb of a global new world order. We will have full agency, be individuals, and be able to build. So it really is all a matter of your allegiance. Previously, on the X-Files, previously, the system was set to have an allegiance towards the darkness. I don't think that's the way it is anymore. It's amazing how one little thing, one little aspect, can flip it all on its head. Anyways, that's all I got today, guys. Love y'all. Peace.